We're back on the air across the World Wide Web and also proud to say in 28 countries. We've been connected, 64,000 hits on YouTube this year, and who better to understand the benefit of that than a returning guest, John Houle of JH Communications. Welcome, John.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And you're going to talk today about integrated advertising marketing, right?
Yes, I am.
Well, teach away.
So integrated marketing is just a fancy way of saying that your advertising and public relations and your internet presence all need to work in concert together to promote your message. And you could be a law firm, a medical practice, a restaurant, a disaster restoration company, an insurance agency, and a lot of these things apply to you, although your message would be delivered differently. So that's really what it is in a nutshell. It's taking your television ad, for example, and repackaging it and putting it up on YouTube or in making sure it's on your website and then tweeting it out or posting it on Facebook. Maybe it's boosting your Facebook post with a little bit of Facebook advertising and reaching something like 15,000 people for a mere $100. These are the types of things people are doing today that are proving to be very effective. You know, they say that 50% of my marketing works. The problem is I just don't know which 50%. That's the old adage in my business. But what we're trying to do is maximize your 50% that is working by doing some proven techniques that we know work.
Such as?
Such as, like I mentioned before, I'm a big advocate of the visual medium. I love television advertising. So that's the traditional medium. But it's still TV, your broadcast television, specifically, you know, your NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox affiliates. I still think from a cost per thousand to reach them is still your best value. But when
especially if you buy it on Comcast and you get to subdivide to the geography you want.
Right, and I will then also advertise on cable television through, you know, Comcast, Time Warner, or cable, and I'll be on sports programming zoned in a specific area on my favorite baseball or hockey team, my favorite hockey team, not yours.
So you're a Bruins fan.
I am definitely a Bruins fan.
And you had a blood relative play for the Canadians.
Well, and I'm still a Canadians fan too. John Houle, they tell me, is a distant relative, and I, of course, talked that up while I was a child playing hockey. But big hockey fan, and the nice thing is that you know, for what you would think is a pretty good value to be on during a Bruins-Canadians game, you know, in your local area, it's pretty affordable. But it's more than
very loyal audience for the Bruins, especially
for the Bruins,
diehard
for the Red Sox. I mean, if you have the best cable programming, in my opinion, starts with Monday Night Football when you have a Patriots game. Okay, Red Sox games do great ratings. Bruins games, and then at the time the Celtics were doing well too, and still a good value.
I might disagree a little bit on the Red Sox, only because I bet you Patriots fans concentrate more on the game, or hockey fans do, because of the action and football, than baseball fans. You can tone out in baseball.
It can be sometimes background for you.
Yeah,
but
I have great naps on Sunday afternoons.
But I've had great results when I've placed clients in a Red Sox game, and I've done it across New England, in New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. I've always done well with Red Sox advertising. But it's beyond just doing that on traditional outlets like cable television and your broadcast stations. It's then taking that video, editing it. Don't just take your TV spot and put it up on your website. Repackage it, put it on YouTube. Now you have a web video. Make sure it's placed on your website in addition to YouTube, and probably invest in a little bit of money in something like Vimeo, which is a private YouTube channel, so that when it's posted on your website and not through YouTube, you don't want to be taken off, because YouTube is a search engine. So if you look at your video on your website through YouTube, other things may come up while you're on someone's website looking at the video. So it's better to have it on a